Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the pod, the show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, and as always, you can join in on that conversation. I'm your boy Tiz. I'm 1/3 of the partners, and as always, I am joined with.
You know, it's me, Face. Some in this place. And that's about all I got to say. Where's Pat? Where's Pat? I don't know where the fuck is Pat.
Yes, it's usually three of us. You have no idea where Pat is this week. Usually I have like an update, or I could be like, Pat's sick, or somebody. We don't know where the heck Pat at. Pat has fell off the face of the earth. So if you happen to run across Pat, let us know. Shoot us a message. Because we have no idea. But yeah, your boy's here to talk that shit, and get it going. How you doing this week,
I cannot complain. Personal life good. Work life good. Cannabis life is great. So really have no complaints. Shit, how about you, bro?
Man, I would complain, but somebody got it worse than me, champ. Been a decent week. Little man been kicking ass in school. Got to connect on a way to upgrade at the job. So I'm about to get focused on that. And other than that, man, just maintaining one day at a time, my boy. Making it happen, Captain.
There we go. Damn right. I like to hear that shit. All positive things.
We're gonna have to give last call. We're gonna have to make last call an official partner at this point, because at least he here. You know what? I'm gonna talk my shit tonight. I'm gonna talk it. How the hell and this nigga Pat can't show up on time? Please, somebody tell me. Please, somebody tell me. I don't understand. I don't get it. God bless my brother, and I love him dearly. But this is some ridiculous.
Love him to death.
Like how, Sway? How? As a Native American,
you ain't got the answer, Sway.
Like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. I don't understand. Hey, other grown people out here, when you got a job or a responsibility, the basics you could do is just show up. You might not be the best at it. You might, have to learn some things, had to get some on the job training, but just show up, guys. That's the lesson for the week. Just show up. Showing up is 80% of the battle most of the time. The rest of it, you can kind of figure it out. But you got to at least be there to be in the race. You can't race if you ain't showing up. Man, I tell you, man, this shit burns my biscuit.
Joe.
We are here.
American English.
Yeah.
We out here.
And this should be a good week. We got some interesting topics to talk about, man. And I don't want to waste nobody's time. We're gonna go ahead and get straight off into it, man. The first topic we talk is one that I've definitely kind of seen making its rounds online. I don't know if whoever put it on the docket has seen it. But the question is, are women who smile more attractive than women who wear makeup?
Yes, they are. Definitely.
Go ahead.
Let me expound on this. Let me face with this one. I hate makeup. I hate weave. All that artificial shit. Get it the fuck out of here. That is not the person. You feel me? That's not you, woman. That female, lady, miss, ma'am. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible in this situation and in the conversation about fakeness. Just a simple smile. You don't know how much you can break a man's guard down with just a simple smile. Behind all that makeup is a facade. That's a facade that you're putting on. And when you go home at night, you have to strip all that away from you.
It's a fact.
to be the real you, to wake up in the morning to put on the mask again, to go back in the world, try to be accepted for your mask, when all you have to do is a simple smile.
It's a,
Men used to walk around and be like, "Hey, why don't you smile?" And it wasn't something that's commanding or saying anything about that, but it got to a point where you can't even say, "Hey, why don't you smile?" because that was a compliment. Letting all women know that a simplest thing is a smile, sweetheart, and you're beautiful. I don't care what you look like. Your smile can make you beautiful. But people have lost that connotation and went to these ends to get makeup and fake eyelashes and lip injectors and Botox here and this bullshit that don't make you beautiful. The person you wake up in the morning as, that's beauty. If the man you want can wake up to that and be satisfied with that crusty eyed stank breath person, all that makeup, that ain't shit. I always have believed that a simple smile is more attractive, more alarming, more unguarded than all that makeup shit. I don't want this shit on my shirt. I can't wear white and you give me a hug. Ew. Knock all this shit on my shirt. Nah, no, uh-uh. Now, nothing's wrong with you want to put on a little makeup here just to pizzazz yourself up because that's what you like. Cool. But when you cake this shit up to the point that people don't even know who you are no more, that's a problem. I forgot the name of the husband and wife. When he met his wife, she had makeup on. He had never seen her without makeup. They got married, honeymoon, everything, makeup.
like in
Next
the bed.
morning, she woke up. She always makeup, sleep makeup. When they wake up in the morning, she would always be made up before he saw her.
That's crazy.
After honeymoon, first time he ever seen her raw faced, he called the cops because he thought somebody broke in his house.
Who this nigga? Who is this nigga?
got the name. Got the name. But it's a true story. You feel me? He filed for divorce. He filed
No,
for
that's
divorce because,
her.
like,
Who
he
is
filed
this
for
nigga?
divorce under the grounds like she lied to him. Like you led me astray. This is the person I was seeing ain't you. Once again, you've made yourself up to be something totally different. The real you and the true you is so beautiful that all you have to do is smile. God created you in the essence of beauty. All women. If, I don't get it. I never have. The beauty industry reigns on and picks up on low self esteem, but they put it out into the media to drive women's self esteem lower so they can merge themselves higher, and they fall for it every time.
That's it. You know
Women,
what?
you don't need all that, man.
Oh,
Go
what,
ahead.
Face? When you said a couple of things that just hit the nail on the head for me. I think it boiled down to a couple things. For one, is low self esteem. For one, like I've seen interviews with women where they say that they literally like they were asked like, well, why do you need to put weave in your hair or do the fake lashes or do the extreme makeup or the fillers or whatever? And the girl was like, I do it to feel beautiful. It's the fact that you can't feel beautiful with just who you are, right?
Exactly.
Now I'm gonna go deep on this one, right? Pause. Um,
Hmm.
when it comes to self esteem, I think men have an easier job of having positive self esteem, right? I think the issue is that we grow up being categorized and ranked based off of things. So men have a more realistic view of who they are and where they match up in the world. Like when I walk into a room, immediately going into that room, I can kind of tell where I'm at on the look scale amongst all the dudes in the room. Like I can kind of tell if I'm at the bottom, if I'm in the middle, if I'm at the top, and judge and play my role accordingly. You feel me? Now it don't mean that I might not have even higher confidence where I don't care how I look. I'm still going, do what I do. But it's always that knowledge of like from a small child, like where you stand in the class. Like, okay, that dude will probably pull more than I am. So that means probably somewhere right here. Don't mean I'm at the bottom, but I'm definitely not the top dog. Let me play my role accordingly. I might get something that's an upgrade.
Hmm.
I might have to just deal with what's on my level. I might even have to take a step down a level if all of the upper level ones is gone. But I know that going in. So I'm less likely to feel like I need to do something to change what I look like. I may change my body type by going to the gym, working out type shit, but there's no pressure from other men for me to look a certain way because niggas will hang with the ugliest nigga the same way they would the dude that's the pretty boy, and all of them niggas would get along because there's no pressure for me for you to look good for me. Like I'm not judging you by me. I'm judging myself. I'm not really worried about where
Mm-hmm.
in that scale because I don't really see the connection with me. You feel me? Like if I'm gonna get these fours because I'm a four, I'm not really worried about you as an eight. So there's no pressure for me to try to get up to an eight because it's all these fours down here. I can get them, you get
Damn
the eight,
right.
and it won't happen. You feel me? But I feel like with women, there's a couple of things that throws things off. Like I feel like women grow up and they're so busy championing each other, like, oh, you can be this, you're beautiful. That they never actually take a realistic self-assessment. Like, ma'am, you were a three when you started. You put on all that makeup. You're just gonna be a three with makeup. It's not gonna change your status.
Mm-hmm.
Make other women like the shit that you're doing because it justifies what they do. If I'm a person with if I'm a person with low self-esteem and I keep wearing a bunch of baggy sweats, it's gonna make me happy when everybody else wear baggy sweats because now I don't feel like I'm by myself. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
lashes and the makeup and stuff is it's women judging each other and saying, "Oh, your face ain't beat, so you ain't the prettiest." When in actuality, you might be the prettiest one in the room, despite not having any of these accessories. But now you don't want to along with what the women say and feel like, well, I don't have this, so I'm less than. And that's the thing on the inside of them. Like we can't do nothing about that. But it's sad because, and I'm talking about women who like men. I'm not really worried about the ones that don't because they don't really enter my sphere. But
No.
a woman who likes a man, like stop listening to women's ideals of beauty. Like, yes, like and stop thinking that what we look at or what we would fuck is what beauty is. You can be a beautiful woman that's a five who goes
Mm-hmm.
7 because you have this amazing personality. We actually think like that. That doesn't mean we not gonna look at the 9 to 10, but that don't even mean we want them. It's some beautiful
Mm-hmm.
9s and 10s. Got all of the accoutrements that you would want to have. They got the bag, they got the fit, they got the baby hair, they got the weave, they got the lash kit, they got the makeup, they got the this, the nails, all that. And they nice to look at. And I would never take them anywhere with me. Wouldn't want to spend more than 5 minutes with them. And then it'd be another woman that's the other ladies in the room would look at like, oh, she regular. She don't have this, that, and the third. And that'll be the one that I want to take home to my mama. And like we really don't care about this. Men, like women always say, man, these niggas be hollering at me when I'm at the grocery store. Yes, because that's probably when you look your most natural. When you got the bonnet on and the baggy sweats and the t-shirt that you done stole from some ex nigga, and you know, titties might be a little saggy because you ain't got on your special bra because you ain't going out nowhere. You know, you might have on your workout gear, look a little sweaty, hair in a mess. Yes, because if you look good to us then, we already know if you even try what you're gonna look like. We done already put in our head. We want your base level. We don't care about what you can upgrade to. What's your base level? Because that's what we're gonna deal with the most. When we come around the corner out of the shower in the morning, that's what's gonna be sitting in the bed looking up at us over the laptop screen. Whatever that base level is. That other shit only get put on for formal wear when we going out somewhere. But when we just on a 90% of the time, day round the house, just chilling. What is your base level? That's what we really care about. We don't care about that extra shit. I ain't never been in a group of niggas at the barbershop, at the club, at the basketball game. I ain't never been with no group of my friends and we be sitting around talking about, man, did you see them lashes on her? God damn, boy, you see them nails. We don't give a fuck about that shit. Half the time we don't even notice it.
I can give two shits
With that
about them
face,
lashes.
with that
I'm
face,
gonna notice them when they fake as shit and they big as shit. I'm like, you see them big ass lashes on her motherfucking face? Where her eyes lying to?
you instantly
Why she
drop
got
two
bats on her face?
just off that. And my thing is like we don't be looking at the lashes. We want to see you. Who are you? Because at the end of the day, that's who we gonna end up fucking with. like to the base level of if I'm into a room, you probably gonna end up losing to the woman that has the least amount of makeup. Because I know what her base level is. I ain't gotta guess. I ain't gotta try to figure out, well, is this bitch really a 3 and she just look good
Let,
because she got her? Like what she
let me
really
interject. Let me
go ahead.
interject with a question. Who
And
is
what's
this cartoon character that these women are trying to look like with these fucking big ass eyelashes? Who the fuck has these big ass eyelashes naturally? Nobody. So who the fuck are y'all trying to look like? What
nobody.
imaginary person are y'all trying to achieve the look of? Like naturally long eyelashes are no longer than probably an inch. People don't realize how long an inch is on the body. Measure an inch and put that to your damn eye. See how
If
long that is?
you got an inch of eyelash naturally, you are in the top 1%, like the top 0.0001% of people. Like that's not normal. Most people lashes are a regular length. Like it's just we put so I don't know where they got the stock of if I got longer lashes, that's gonna get them. It ain't how long the lashes is. Just bat them little short motherfuckers at me. That's really what I'm looking. Are you gonna bat them at me?
And then when you wear them long ass shit, you can't bat them because when you close your eyes, they get all entangled. Come on, ladies. The standard of beauty that the media puts out there is not the true standard of beauty that men want their women to acquire. That is not. Please
Like,
stop looking to media and other women for your judgment of beauty. And if you have a man, ask your man what he thinks is beautiful. Like, pay attention to what you don't just pay attention to what your man is looking at and salivating over. Because, like my brother already said, what we look at and what we think true beauty is can be two totally different things. So please start paying more attention. If you really want to make be beautiful for your man, that's something different than want to be beautiful for yourself. But either way, don't get your standards from media.
indeed. Last call. You are a fellow brethren. You are a fellow man. What do you think? Do you agree with us that women with makeup are less attractive than a basic woman that smiles, or do you feel it's the opposite and their makeup does matter?
What up? What up? You guys can hear me okay?
Loud and
Oh
clear,
yeah.
my boy.
All right, cool. Agree with a lot of that. I'm a natural guy myself, although there are some women that sometimes you could barely tell that they have anything on, and it more complements their look, sort of deal. I'm more into the women that kind of look um, just as good waking up, like natural color, that sort of deal. I also don't like, the hugs, this, that, the other, and you're leaving makeup on my collar or my shirt and all that kind of stuff too. I think a lot more women should embrace. It's not really for us all that makeup and everything. It's more again, it's more of the competition between women and how you look with these eyelashes and all that kind of stuff. You know what I think when I see them eyelashes like that? I think of way back the Flintstones cartoon where they put that big piece of rib on the car. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. I can't stop thinking about the face you laughing. You know exactly what I'm saying, right? And yeah, I just like more of the natural sort of deal when I'm looking at stuff like that. All the aesthetics are nice from afar, but all these chicks that you look at, these rapper chicks from Cardi B, whoever you like, they're just caked in makeup and they look way different without any of that stuff up. And then you can't just do the makeup, you got to do like the brows, you got to do the hair, which most likely now, I don't know when it exactly happened, but the hair piece, the weave is more accepted when it used to be kind of like a hidden thing. Like, if you're wearing a wig, this, that, the other, now it's the go-to versus having
They
anything like
announced
that
it. They
or
announced
nerve.
it. I got the best wig in here. They announced
Yeah,
so they got a wig.
no shame, no nothing to the deal, which if that's what you do, that's what you do. But it's also like there was a pride in taking care of your hair like that and letting it grow and all that kind of stuff too. So I also don't like that, when you're doing your little thing, what have you, like running my fingers or, holding down that sort of deal. Um, it's just what I like, man. And
I got one for y'all. I know why they do this. I know what started this women like chasing that thing. So and throughout history, there's always been like announcements or like pictographs or uh, visual representations of like exotic things, right? So like if you go back in history, you will have people drawing pictures of women with certain features that are different than the norm of women in their everyday culture, right? And it's because people like new shit, especially men. Like one of the reasons why we go to war, all of this shit is because we're looking to conquer something new. We're looking to master something that is outside of what we've already mastered. It's what causes drive, ambition. It's which causes aggression. It's which causes competition. Like these are all masculine things that men do, right? But women at some point interpreted that as that is the standard I should be following rather than recognizing that no, this is just the thing that's different. Like I'll take it even into a more modern context for people to catch it, right? Like back in the early 80s, mid 80s, there was this thing called like pixie chic where you had to be like real short and petite and real skinny, right? And it was like you look like a pixie or fairy or something. A lot of the models that was getting magazine deals and shit, it was because they looked like this. Then came like the Amazon looking woman, the tall, the Grace Joneses, the Naomi Campbells, that era all the way up to Tyra Banks of like, I want to be tall, I want to be kind of curvaceous, but main thing is like tall and empowering looking, like powerful in the face looking. Then came your heroin chic. Then came, now we got the Kardashian mold, but it's all from something that looks different than what we see, which is why it was appealing. It's not appealing when everybody do it. Like women don't realize we can look at lashes now because every woman has them. It's like literally it's nothing we can do about it. So when every woman has a wig and lashes, we're forced to pick from the women that have wig and lashes. It's not the wig and lashes that we want. It's just the woman. It just happens to be we have to deal with that 90% of the women we're going to encounter are going to come with these things. So we have to deal with that to deal with the women. But we don't really care about them things. It's that those things are cool on a magazine cover because they're different. They're outside of the norm, so people are going to be attracted to it because they've never seen it before. It's the old freak show logic. This is something I've never seen. I'll pay to see it. I'm not gonna pay to see the dude that walks down the street every day because it's 100 more just like him and they all kind of doing the same shit. It's not abnormal. It's not like, oh, I'll never see this again. And that's the same thing with women. Like men look at women with these things if they have them naturally. Like men got on to Kim Kardashian because she looked so different than the average woman that was kind of you would see on a regular basis at that time. You weren't seeing a lot of Armenian women that were thick. You just weren't. That wasn't a global phenomenon. So when you have that aesthetic, oh, it's different. Men going to look at it. That doesn't mean that that's what we are chasing. It doesn't even mean that that's something that like we're looking for long term. It just means that, oh, that's cool. That's different. What's that? We're going to go look at it, pat it around, knock it around, and then come on back to what we used to, because what we're used to is the norm. And that's the saddest part. We've changed the norm to women with lashes, crazy looking makeup, baby hair, and wigs.
And it's like the hair is not even like it's an extension for real, like all down to the waist. It's not even like shoulder length or anything like that. It's super long, super blonde.
Like, ma'am, just last week you had dark.
They're trying to be fictional characters.
You don't look like Rapunzel this week. You're not gonna tell me that you grew. Like, come on, it ain't even like last call said it. It used to try to fool you with it. At least it was like it looked natural enough that I wouldn't know if I don't really know you intimately whether or not that's yours or not. Now it's like it looks fake. I know it's fake, and you gonna tell me it's fake because you want to stunt is how much you paid for.
Mm-hmm.
And you look like an expensive client.
Went the damn Fortnite character out. Is this damn creator characters?
What the fuck?
Women, please appreciate your natural beauty. It's God
indeed
for a reason. The things you have to buy and add to yourselves are additives that can always be subtracted. Please get your beauty math right.
Right. And then speaking of beauty, man, like keeping in that same vein, what do y'all think about plastic surgery? Like outside of medical issues, should plastic surgery be used like as readily as it is? And would you date a woman who had, a lot of plastic?
Huh.
And
No,
with that
I would not.
including things without like modified or like um foreign objects that are added. I'm including things like fat transfers and BBLs, which are more shaping or you moving something that's yours somewhere else. Same shit. I'm talking about all of that shit.
Let me jump on that because I'm seeing more lately this BBL conversation. Again, keep it in line with the hair thing. I like the natural, man. You know, uh, I prefer one of the first ones was like the breast augmentation, what have you. It was kind of like that, but I prefer real. If you don't really got it like that, then a woman to me is how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? You could move yourself up a few points depending on your confidence or your sophistication. It is a thing that matters to me with it. So obviously, as a dude, where I don't even want to say impressed by certain things, but certain things catch our eyes. Like, ooh, look at that babe, blah 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 blah. That's all nice to look at, whatever. But realistically, on the day-to-day level, what you're with, it's that person's personality and whatnot that you're going to be attracted to years to come, or somewhere down the personality, somewhere down the years, you're going to be attracted to their personality. So personally, I think of some of the relationships I had. Yeah, it had some, you know, good looking women with certain assets and whatnot, but that wasn't always the thing to hold me to the relationship. If it's a relationship that I'm staying with this person, I appreciate who you are. I'm attracted to you on a day to day level is what gets me, not just that one, artificial piece you hooked yourself up with, you know.
Indeed, indeed. 100% agree. I think even when we come to like the plastic surgeries, like usually it's to modify or change a certain characteristic to look more appealing to others, right? And I think even with the BBL conversation, when you look at why men were attracted to bigger asses, it was never strictly the size. It was the size and proportion to the woman. So like it was more of the shape, which is why you have slim, thick women that are winning because they're not large at all. They don't have these huge asses. It's just it's shaped well for their body type and its proportion. It's all about proportion. Like everything in life is like math. It's like what's symmetrical, what's the most proportional, what looks the best in that ratio of proportion. So like there's a subset of women that like go cross the gamut from the largest ass to the smallest ass, and they're all equal in value to a man's eye because they all fit a certain ratio of proportion. No matter the size of the ass, it all fits the rest of their body in a certain way that makes it more appealing and it looks more as if you're going to give birth. Like this shit is biology and math. Like we looking for what looks like you're gonna be able to get my baby out without dying. Which is why that straight up and down look is not really long term appealing. It might even be a novelty, but for the average man, we're not talking about like niche markets. We're talking about the run of the mill average Joe, no matter the race. There's a certain proportion that's going to always look good, and it may not come with a fupa. We don't really care that much about that. It may or may not come with stretch marks. We don't really care much about that. Like it's the proportion that's going to make us be like, "Ooh, this is something I can build a family with," because a body type says you're going to have my kids without dying, and it's simple as that. And women take that and they then all they hear from that is, "Ooh, all they see is she got a big ass," but they not asking us like, is it the size of the ass or is it the shape of the ass and the way it fits with her waistline and her thighs and like the whole pack. It's like a package deal, which is why a woman with small breasts can still win because yes, your breasts may be small, but how are they shaped with the rest of your body? How do they look with that? It's the combination of all things and it should look natural. And when you go to chopping on it, the shit looks crazy. You look like pee. Like you're pushing pee, and it's not the type of pushing pee Gunner was talking about. Like your body literally looks like a uppercase P. Or like a flat chest with a nipple poking out. Because everything is
that's
here.
the worst, man.
Like, what is that? You look like you got the mo. It's crazy. I don't understand the class.
Shit is wild.
I mean, even if you go ahead, Faith.
Shit is wild. I definitely don't see, outside of medical issues or recovering from a medical issue, I don't see the need for plastic surgery. It's become more widespread. The further technology has become more widespread, you're seeing more people everywhere around the world do these ridiculous things to their bodies and their temples. Um, just let's imagine, you get all this plastic surgery, and I don't know what your belief system is. Let's just take a trip down this road. You end up at whatever gates you end up at on the afterlife. It's judging day. They look down at the name, but they look up at the image. I don't know this person. Who the hell is this? Oh, you in the wrong lane. You in the wrong line. I didn't make this person. Who is this? I had this. No, I don't believe you. I don't know the person. You got to get in the back of the line. We got to research this. Why go through all that? Why pay all this money to go through all this pain to have somebody cut up on your body to make you look like something? And in a good 85% of the cases, you're not gonna get what you was looking for. You're gonna have to go back time and time again to get adjustments and readjustments to find a different doctor to do what you want, or you're thinking you look good until somebody else gives you the reality. Hey, did you know this was bigger than this? Yeah, I know they did it, but naturally one is already bigger than the other, so you didn't have to get that done. Did you realize that? Having a fat ass, it's cool and all. Well, what happens when you get all this augmentation and gravity's supposed to hit and everything else starts to drooping, but you got these titties just sitting up. You got all these wrinkles with these 20-year-old titties.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
What happens when you get with this BBL? You got this BBL, but your hips not done, and then your leg done, and you don't do no exercises, and you weaken the legs. You gotta be able to hold that ass up. What happens when you forget to get your lip injections, and you get your lip done, and the shit starts saying, come, please think about this. I don't think people think long term. Everybody looks in the moment for temporary satisfaction, and they're all looking to look like somebody else instead of appreciating what they have on themselves. We're living in a time where everyone's influenced by something else instead of being influenced by what they see in the mirror. Mirrors were made for a reason, not to make you focus on what you think is wrong, but to highlight the beauty in yourself. Look at yourself and appreciate what you have, man. Your face could look like something totally different, but you're looking at what God gave you to deal with and appreciate. And I'm gonna go cut on this, and I'm gonna make it look like this. I don't like this body. I'm gonna go get a new body. Now, if you've had something happen in your life, and do what you need to do. If you had cancer and you lost a breast and you want to do something to make you feel, do what you do. That has nothing to do with nothing, because once again, these are all medical issues. But when it comes to just something personally, I just want to go do this. This is the reason why they have a step before the surgery where you have to go see a psychiatrist to make sure you're mentally stable to have this type of surgery. Because who in their right mind would want to go change their body just for no reason? Don't do it for another person to be satisfied. Don't do it for a man. I'm gonna get my breast done to make my husband happy. Fuck that.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened if he leaves you? What happened if he died? You still got to deal with these big ass titties. What if your next man like little titties? What you gonna go get them redone? I'm gonna get them undone because he like little titties. Come on now, you can't go big titty, little titty, big titty, little titty. You gotta stay you. Once again, I repeat, if the man you want don't appreciate you for you, he ain't the man for you.
With a little titty nigga, that shit is hilarious. What the? That nigga said, you can't go big titty, little titty, big titty, little titty.
I'm serious though. I'm serious. In order to find somebody who appreciates you, you gotta appreciate yourself first.
Word.
See the beauty in you and understand that what you really have and are aware of all your beauty before you venture out into this world for a man to fill your head up with some bullshit. So you thinking a beauty standard is something else.
That's the
Please
key word
love
right there.
yourself.
Beauty standard. What standard? Whose standard? Who creates the standard?
Exactly. You got to have your own individual standard because there's no monolithic standard. It should be no monolithic standard of beauty because each individual person likes something different. I don't want to see a million motherfucking Kim Kardashian. I don't even like how she fucking looks.
That's just the thing that kills it. Even if you have a standard of beauty, it's never what you see on the outline of the movie. Those are things. These are not real things. Even when you look at biopics of people who really live, the person that plays them never look to the best to the absolute top 1% of what is like not seen. They look to what a real person would look like, which usually has them looking crazy. Like I seen Charlize Theron, one of the prettiest white women out there, look like an absolute beast in that movie Monster, because that's what real people look like. Real people ain't walking around like beat to the gods, as the women said, with Birkin bag, nails, wig. Like that's not what everyday people be looking like. People be looking rough. People be tired. People be sleeping. People be just got off work. People have bills. People have kids. People have husbands and wives.
If you put more work into how you look, then your life is something wrong.
Yo, let me tell you, man. Top 1% of people look like beautiful at all times. Everybody else has a moment when they just look a little rough. That's what real people looking like out here. That's what you see when you're like dealing with anybody. That goes out to these niggas who be getting these weird ass man BBLs where they be getting fake abs and shit. Like you look like you look, bruh. Sit. Y'all look like
goddamn sit-ups.
Now is a fucked up version of that because now you done modify something. So now your proportions off. Now your facial features look quite right because what used to fit according to your facial features now look weird as fuck. Your nose too small for the rest of your big ass facial features, or your nose too big for your little ass facial features. Your ears ain't right no more because now they don't match the size of your head. Your lips too big for your face. Like all this, yeah, your eyes is way up here, but your face
and your teeth look small.
Look like you just saying while you're sad. Like the shit don't match. No, like people gotta realize like you are made in a certain way to like match your how you supposed to look. When you start fucking with that and you don't do like because medical plastic surgery usually tries to do the least amount of cosmetic. They want to try to keep shit kind of the way it is, but make it optimal for whatever the medical thing you need is. If they opening up your nasal passages, they not trying to sit there and reconstruct your nose to where it looks a certain aesthetic way. They're trying to. They want it to kind of look like it's always looked, but work better. So they're gonna try to get as close to that as they can. This cosmetic shit, you're literally choosing something that now throws everything else off if you don't change everything else. But a certain way, your ass is a certain size based on your body type. If you go to making that shit look huge, but then your thighs look weird and your waistline don't quite fit, and your upper body look real weird compared to your lower body now, that make your head look weird. It makes like it throws off everything else. It's like a domino effect of just like, okay, you fuck with this, so now everything fucked up. Like
we're looking like ants walking on two legs.
Men will fuck what's available and what seems to be clean. If it seems to be clean and it's the most available to me, that's probably what you gonna catch a nigga fuck. That's period. That's across the board. Race don't got anything to do with it. Height don't got anything to do with it. The monetary, what I got in my bank account don't got to do. It's literally just whatever's the most readily available to me and what seems clean. Those are our two biological markers. It's what we go off. If you look at every other mammal, that's what they're looking at. This seems safe, and it seems like it's available to me. I can get this right now. I don't have to do a whole lot. This naturally gonna happen. So like everything outside of that is like an outlier. It's an anomaly. It's a glitch in the matrix. It's not what normally happens. It's just this dude got away with it. That dude got a 9 this week because he had enough money and the right game at the right moment, and he caught. But that's not the average. The average person, if you a 9 nigga, you dealing with a 9 or a better woman. If you a 8 nigga, on down. If you a 1 nigga, you probably somewhere in the 1s to 3s. That's your range. And most men know to stick to that because outside of that, it's not readily available. Now, if some come available, I'm gonna try it. But my average on day-to-day basis is somewhere around where I'm at in life. And that's just period. That's throughout nature. So like these weird ass BBL bodies, like the lady that had that body naturally, she's not the norm, she's the outlier. You can chase that, but now you look crazy as fuck because you were meant to be the norm. You were meant to be whatever a 7 looked like for your race, ethnicity, and genetic background. That's what a 7 was supposed to look like. Now you done chase this lady over here that dudes done deemed an 8, but you don't realize she's way different than everybody else. So her attributes only match her. You can't get that unless you do change everything to exactly like her. Because all them other shits will make you look crazy as fuck. That lady who got the big ass, God put them there to match the rest of her facial structure, her head size, her hair, where her hairline is, her body type. Like that's she was supposed to have big ass lips. You having big ass lips look crazy because your face small as fuck. So now you look like a guy that like you got on wax lips or something because you tried to chase her, and that's how she was born. You can't be that. That's her. That's just her at the base level. You at your base level look different, but you probably look more like what most niggas would chase because we ain't gonna see her all the time. It's 1,000 of you. We looking for you. You are what's available to us. But people don't want to look at it like that because then women get mad because then they can't have their idea. Well, I can be with her. I can be the princess. The princess was one of one in the kingdom. That's what made her the princess. It ain't 1,000 princesses in the kingdom. It was that one lady that would happen to be born to a king and queen. That ain't you, bitch. You down here with the rest of us, you peasant. Like, what the fuck do you like? But this is how niggas think. Niggas know one thing. Everybody can't be the general. Somebody got to be the infantry. Somebody got to be the first sergeant. Somebody got to be the lieutenant and the colonel. And like somebody got to fill in all these other roles or else society gonna break down. But women, all of them think they the princess. They all do, which is why they all chase the same bullshit anomaly that wasn't meant for you. That was that one lady that one time that worked. You ain't that. Everybody can't go out and get vitiligo and be like that famous ass model that got vitiligo. She looked like that naturally. That's what God blessed her with. You can bleach your skin and make yourself look like a goddamn giraffe if you want to, but you ain't gonna get the reaction that she got. You regular. You was a 7. You was a regular every day. We see you at the gas station and we might try to holler because we a 7. Or we at least a 5 and in the 7 range.
I think that's a big part right there.
Women don't want
that aren't sure about things. They see somebody with an attribute that they like, and they think like, if I had that jawline, if I had that nose or whatever it is, then I'll be more like that person. So that's why you see like the breast augmentation, but they got a fat stomach or something like that. Those things just don't match.
Last call, you are a slimmer built dude with a jawline that is more sharp than mine, right? Now I can face your jawline, but that shit gonna look crazy on my face. I'm gonna look like Quagmire. That looks like how you supposed to look. Like that's how you are.
Right.
You feel me? I'm dark. I am darker than my homeboy Pat. But if Pat try to darken his skin, he ain't gonna look right no more because his facial everything about him was meant to fit his skin complexion. They all go together. It's a package deal.
Mhm.
Men don't never think like this because we all understand from a child. The first thing you learn when you go to preschool, as soon as you deal with a male outside of yourself, the first thing you learn is hierarchy. Daddy or uncle or grandpa is bigger than me, which means his muscles are bigger than mine, which means I probably shouldn't try him because I'm not there yet.
Mhm.
Women are taught that's just a big you. Y'all all the same. Y'all all beautiful. Keep going. It's all y'all. You can do it. No, but that's not true. Because Sally is a 5. Sally, 9 times out of 10, Sally will never get the 10 niggas she's seeking. Because already it's less me. So let's just start. Like this shit is like so logical, but women just refuse to see the logic because it don't let them be the anomaly. They all think they are the anomaly. Men know we not the anomaly. Unless you are born the anomaly, you know, nope. What happens to me happens to most of my other niggas. That shit that's happening to him, that don't really reach us. That's kind of his. That was his passing. Like he's the he's the golden child. We know everybody ain't Bruce Leroy. Some of us is the nigga that what's the young nigga that was dancing this shit. He was just always around Bruce Leroy, but he ain't had no nobody. He was a fucking teenager. He was a
In
young
the
nigga.
rhythm of the night.
Yes, young nigga pop locking. We ain't gonna get no glow. Our hands won't even do that. We ain't even on the show enough level. We just a regular grunt. We might get kicked to a pool table at any moment in this movie. We are not the main character. It ain't that. On a movie set, you got like 7 or 8 main characters, and everybody else is an extra. That's period. Point blank. The stunt double ain't about to get no fucking Oscar for best actor. I'm sorry. It ain't happening. Bitch, we the stunt double. Most of that. And men learn this very early because at some point you race another nigga and you realize this nigga is way faster than me. Like I am at capacity. And this nigga is blowing through everybody. What the fuck? Pause that. I'm sorry. This nigga is. We learn these things because we play competitive games growing up. Girls play with dolls. Everybody got a doll. Your doll is special. No, her hair is just short because that's the style she wants. No, it's just good. They grow up making excuses for each other. So all of them really believe by the time they're 18 that I am princess. And then daddy done told her, you my little queen. I love you, baby. Because daddy taught, be nice to the women. Make sure you uplift them. They need your uplift. They can't lift.
And let me add to that a little bit, if I can. I haven't quite worked it out, but based on what you said, growing up exactly because I remember recess, we used to race, have 100-meter dash just for recess to see who was the fastest all the time. So we were at a primal level of we did this, play these sports. This means this guy's the best at this. This is that. I think with these new cats today, they're not so primal, if you will. I can't find another word for it, or where the result is so instant. So they find more manipulative ways to outdo each other in status.
Watch. Well, look what you just said.
People aren't doing, it's other than that because dudes aren't as physical as they were back then.
Watch me break this down, though. Look what you just said. They're still finding other ways to build a hierarchy. So I may no longer build my hierarchy off. I'm stronger than you. I can produce more than you in the field. I can slam this hammer harder than you can. So I get the promotion. Now I'm a better scammer than you. I'm a little more tech savvy. I can manipulate this algorithm to fit me more than you. So I build my status that way. But it's always built off of men ranking each other. We grow up our entire, it's literally biologically in us to make sure that the weakest nigga ain't the one out in the front of the pack leading the hunt because he gonna be the first one to die. No, we want the strongest nigga out there because he gonna be the one to take the most punishment and deal it out. So the rest of us can follow behind and support, but he kind of need to be up there. Men are not. It's in our DNA to find a pecking order. You have the alpha male shit is overused because we keep grabbing onto these psychological and socialized terms and trying to misuse them. But the alpha, bravo, delta, the gamma nigga, the zeta nigga, this all comes from a ranking system of like basic mammal structure. There's a man that's at the top or a male figure that's at the top, and everybody else fits a role beneath that to support the whole group so that we all continuously grow. It's why we elect leaders, even though we don't have to. We really could live in anarchy if we want to, but it's not genetically in us. The people that really want anarchy are outliers. Most people want some form of order and somebody that can kind of handle the day-to-day mass things of the group so that the rest of us can kind of focus on actually filling in the details, right? So that's just normal mammal structure. But people don't always look at it like that. Women grow up, they're socialized the way women are supposed to be. Women are the glue of society. They hold shit together. They are the reason that you can continue the legacy of the society. They're the only reason that we can actually make more of society. Like, so their role is vital, but they over time grown to the point where now it's, I don't want to do that because I see it as less than, because over time propaganda has made me feel it's less than. But they don't realize we are equivalent. Men and women are equivalent. We're not equal. So I'm not 9 like you 9. I'm 9. You're 3 times 3. Yes, we end up equal about the same amount. The scales are even. I'm not you. I don't do what you do. And women don't look at things from like when we look at biology, like we can fight it as much as we want to as humans through technology, but we're always going to end up back to that base element of what your DNA tells you to do, right? So when we're looking at it from that aspect, all male mammals, or at least the majority of male mammals throughout all of the mammal species, males are the attackers, males are the defenders, males are the ones who kind of lead in that way. Women are the ones who lead from the more social structure. If you look at even a lion pride, right? The lion is not the one that goes to get the food necessarily because he ain't got to make them. But if another lion comes in and starts to try to rape and pillage this pride, and they try to eat our young, and they try to, procreate with these female lions that don't want this, we step in. If we fucking that up, we getting that up out of here. Some come to attack us and try to thin out our numbers. We got that. The women are what leads the social structure. They're both equal. They like, if one is missing, the other suffers. If the women of the pride go, the male line can't procreate, and he also starves because he ain't the one hunting. He ain't going out grabbing no gazelle. But if the male is gone, then the women get all of this damn good gazelle meat, and it gets stolen by some other male that wants to come in and take over, and they're fucked. And their young are eaten. So the kids that they done already made, them Jones gone. That's snack food. Because that new male got to assert dominance and make sure that his line is the one. So it's like it goes together. They both equivalent, but they're not equal. And women shy away from this, which leads them to look to each other for help, which leads them to put themselves, and they start trying to do masculine shit. Let's rank each other. Women weren't meant to be ranked. If you go back and look at old ass photos before like beauty standards were really propagated, because we didn't really have magazines and shit that could like mass transmit images. It was kind of, if you won't there, then that won't even see. If you look at shit before that and you look back at like portraits of people regular as fuck, the woman that was thought of as so beautiful is like a 4. But she was powerful, and she supported well, and she did her job, like all of the jobs that she should do as a woman. She did that well with her man. So because of the man, they both ended up being great. You got this king that's great, and then this queen that's well renowned is like it works. But we've gotten to the point now where men are still doing their job in some form of fashion, but we're getting scared to do our job because women have demonized our job. If you defend too hard, you're now overly aggressive and you're a toxic man.
Yeah.
If you attempt to pursue a woman that is of what you deem to be life ilk and of your standard, you're a perv. Why you hot? But then if you don't holler at them, You're an insect. Well, what the fuck do you want me to do? You want me to holler or not? But all of the things that are natural to a male mammal to do, we've been told that's wrong because we human. So now we in a fucked up state because you got women leading women, and men should lead women. Women should support and or on their end lead men. Like a man used to, the reason a man is always said to have a great woman behind him is because back in the day when kings would make these declarations, they would consult with their wife first, and the wife's input would be considered into the final decision. So now you got two different points of view, two ways of seeing the world coming together to make one way, and now at the kingdom thrive. But now you got men doing what we supposed to do, but it's demonized. So now we're shying away from it more and more. You got women trying to do what men do, but it don't work because it's not how they're genetically designed to socialize. It goes against their natural state of being, which is why you keep getting unnatural, like a BBL. No man asks for a BBL.
Right.
If it was only one woman that had a really huge ass, men would be fine. We're looking for the proportion. There's 90% of women who naturally have that proportion, and then they go fuck it up because they want to do a BBL. We didn't want that. What you had at first was that was it.
With women, to compete with other women.
What's the girl? That was she with Lil Baby. Ada Waiter. She was with Lil Baby, and she was a regular built little black girl. Shoot in. He didn't wait till you got the BBL to say, "Oh, she fine." He thought you was fine the way he met you. You then went and got a BBL, a face. You got some shit going on with your face because your lips look crazy, and all of this, and now you're not with the man no more. But nobody puts them correlations together.
Hey,
you was regular, and then you switched, and now I don't want you no more. Maybe that's because you look crazy. Go ahead.
The same way that you're saying though about women, sort of infiltrating the man way of doing things. I look a lot at these things as the men sort of doing things that men wouldn't do, more like women too.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like their ego's not in check. Now they need to be noticed and loved in a certain way, and it's all after attention. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a man stands alone, they don't need all that sort of stuff, and they don't play it up for likes and all this type of notoriety nonsense. So I find the same on both ends for different reasons too.
No, 100%. And I think that when we look at that, that goes again to like, if a man is demonized from doing all the shit that a man would do, right? So like, you can't be aggressive to defend the territory no more. That's deemed as toxic. If we are not aggressive, we're deemed as sad. If we do this, we're deemed as one bad thing. If we do something else, we're deemed as another bad thing. So men are where are we going to fill the void? What's accepted by women? Women behavior. So where else are them young men going to go when they can't exercise the things that feel natural to me as a man because those are demonized? So when I do these things that mommy does, I seen nobody fussing me about that. They don't care about that. Like it's oh, you live, nigga.
I'm sorry. I died. I came back.
I knew you were.
I was like getting ready for everything, and then just fucking passed out. I text face and everything. I was like, yo, we about to.
You know what got this little feature? So like phones are amazing, right? They got this little feature called alarm. And if you go to classic in your alarm setting, you can go to sounds, then you go to classic, and then you pick alarm. And it makes this really loud alarm clock that reminds you of the alarm clock that used to wake you up for high school. And if you set it for the time that you're supposed to be up, I guarantee you it works. I've done it for the past 10 years. It works every time. Nigga, where the fuck was you at?
Asleep, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was fucking dead asleep. I woke up. And I was like, damn it.
No, I respect you for not staying asleep, man.
You realize if my mom had to stay down here, that I would not be here. The podcast would have went out this week because you went to fuck. Yeah, I'm making you feel bad. I don't give a damn.
Go ahead, man. Everybody else been this week, goddamn, making me feel bad for no
I don't
goddamn.
want to hear this time story. Fuck everybody else this week. I'm talking about tonight.
No, actually, it was talking about how the men are being bitches
How
and,
the fuck is
and
last call
women not being bitches.
on time and your ass won't on time? You the other third of the partners, nigga. What the fuck?
Last call is an exceptional human being.
Fuck out of here, man.
It's called a sub.
So you was about to leave Face out here to do this shit by himself. No,
It's like a 3-on-3 and call
No,
it a
I
sub.
was not. Like when I looked at the fucking time, it was one thing, and then the next thing it was a whole hour later.
Set an alarm, nigga.
I did set the alarm. That's the funny thing about it.
I know what you did. You hit one and then you fell asleep, right?
Yeah.
Gorilla makes you happy, nigga, blazing.
That wasn't even it either.
I ain't over the podcast. I might fall asleep during the podcast, but I was here. I was here, damn it.
Yo, you guys took that down, by the way.
Now,
I went looking for that video.
I will pass. Oh yeah, I took that down, man. I ain't need to get a public minutes of scoring. It sound like a fucking motorboat. If you wanted to hear a chainsaw revving for a good 20 minutes, you know, I'll put it back up. But I didn't think the public.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to that shit back. I was like, God damn, I was out, huh? I was out. This nigga left, came back, and left, and came back again, and I was still. That nigga last call said, damn, nigga, you fuck with us like that? You done fell asleep on us? I
was like, the nerve.
I bet you when that shit started, my ass was the first face you saw. What's up, guy? I bet you I was on time. I tell you that. I might show up and fall asleep, but I'm gonna show up.
It's like the nerve falling asleep on us.
Are you about to die? Now we gain a partner, we lose a partner in the same minute. What the fuck is going on with you, bro? You all right?
Oh shit. Mm-hmm.
Go back.
I'm serious. You guys need to do a blooper reel. Maybe at the end of the year, you need to put Tiz falling off the chair, sleeping.
Shit.
Yo, I watched that a million times. All those views are for me, man. If you
I've been going. Man. I'm gonna tell and people out there in the world gonna feel me on this, man. When you get above 35, man, them sleep be hitting and you don't know where they coming from. Them shits just drop on you like, hey.
Yo.
I don't know who the fuck this troll nigga is, but stop AIDS and Africa.
Put them on, man. Oops, I just lost.
Hey, I don't know what to tell y'all. Yeah, man. We kind of got rid of Magic Johnson helped us get rid of our shit in the 90s. I don't know. I ain't really heard of a nigga catching AIDS in a long time. I don't know where you live, brother, but you know, get out of Rwanda, nigga. I don't know the Rwanda.
See, here in America, we judge people when we shouldn't.
Yeah, oh, right there. I really don't give a fuck. So if this is a real thing, I'm gonna be honest.
Ridicule people when we're down, so that probably helped a lot in us and our choices.
Out of AIDS hot dad, I'm not really concerned with it. I'm good.
It was a whole campaign in which we just talk shit about a whole community.
And out. Maybe you
stop Ebola,
nigga. Yeah. And stop Bolo, because that nigga been terrorizing goddamn kung fu flicks for years.
I think that nigga retired. Oh, did he die?
I think he died.
I think he died.
Yeah, I think he died.
I don't know. But stop him.
Yeah, I think he died.
Bolo Young, right? Yeah, Bolo Young.
Mm-hmm.
On that nigga the other day. That nigga was full as fuck. That nigga won like Mr. Hong Kong.
No, that nigga's still alive. He's 77 years old.
That nigga will beat the shit out of
Oh,
somebody.
man.
Break your back. Oh,
Maybe he died and came back too.
man.
You
I
never
didn't
know.
even catch that part.
That nigga died in country. I would believe it. That was that Chinese nigga. You know, they all used to be swole. That cat crocodile used to get them really buff.
Like he's like Brock Lesnar when it comes to like Chinese terms. You know what I'm saying?
That dude, man. Goddamn blood sport? What? That nigga.
Mm,
What nigga? That nigga was hard as fuck. That nigga would beat the shit out of you, man.
He should play Krillin in like Dragon Ball, the movie. Like he should. He's short enough. No.
Oh, like that. Krillin was built like me, nigga. That nigga was built like a goddamn can of biscuits.
I mean, technically, he was the strongest. He's the strongest human in Dragon Ball.
Now his forehead was strong as fuck, but his
Rest
body
in
was
peace, Toriyama.
what? That nigga was not built like Polo. Who did we lose? Okay. You good over there, Faith? Okay.
That Krillin shit just sent everything all haywire.
I'm sorry. Destructo disc.
Nigga, come here, like talk about Polo to be damn Krillin. Nigga, what the hell?
Yeah, Yancha.
What did you smoke for? You came on.
I don't want none of that shit.
I mean it. That's that good. You hear me? God damn.
Is that what you smoking now? You gonna pass out again?
No, I just woke up. This wasn't what passed me out.
Yeah, one of those
You
weed
pass me
naps.
out?
You damn right. The pet where you at, Juan? Damn right.
That was my explanation.
Pat, where you at a wine?
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize.
I heard you talking shit about this beginning of the pop. I was talking shit.
I'm pretty sure. It wouldn't be you if you didn't. Like I would be so. I would be.
Last call, boy. The other third of the pot. Ain't this bit?
I was kind of shocked. That I would be kind of shocked if you did. Like seriously, I was like, oh, for real?
And make you a fourth member of the partners. Like, just be prepared up there, man, just in case, because
got me on deck. Come on,
son. Damn right.
You never know, man. I might just drop out like
smoking the blunt like he.
Get a tiz. And you know, Tiz was struggling to get back on his chair too, man.
Bro, oh.
He was like a
Chair was fighting me, man. Chair whooped my ass.
I appreciate y'all joking on Tiz to make me feel better. That's
I'm
hard,
good
but
for it, man.
y'all can go ahead and keep
doing this hard. I done fell out of chairs. I done fell asleep on couches. I done fell asleep in the car.
Spit shit everywhere.
It's all happened. Yup. You damn right. I done damn near choked to death laughing. Yup. I done about got. Hey man.
Not recording.
Greatest podcast in the world.
Biggest compilation, man. Go ahead and do that shit. Run that shit. What dude that do the shit for Kev on stage? DJ Mikey's or something. Hey man, go ahead and make a compilation of my shit that my favorite. There's a lot of them out there. 3 years. Your boy done had some wild moments. But I'm here. I be here on time.
Oh.
How much I'm gonna make it through, but there will be a report on time. I can't say that about all the partners, but you know I can speak for myself.
I was late. One thing I will say, I take just in case y'all didn't realize the first part of them talking shit.
The drill and it was over.
All right, do you guys want me to sub out now that Pat is in the building?
Hey man,
only if you would like. You can stay. I mean,
I
appreciate you being
completely up to you, bro. Completely up to you.
Hey man, you like I said, you are the fourth and fifth partner. We got.
I'm not gonna kick you out last call that I was late. Like what the fuck? Hell no. That would be stupid. That'd be fucking wrong.
He has some
Yeah, I'm
point.
here. Beat
He
it.
You all to the conversation, Pat.
Like I heard. What you gonna add to the conversation, Pat? I didn't hear anything before it.
Boy, your comedic timing couldn't have been better right there. You don't even know it. All right, man. Well, speaking of plastic surgery, which is the last thing we talked about, these two main characters have both underwent different forms of something to change their appearance at one point or another in their series. We talking movies now, y'all. What is the better franchise? The James Bond series or the Mission Impossible series?
James Bond. Answer. I'm done. There it is. It's James Bond. I don't care what anybody the fuck say.
I'm a big movie person. Big movie person. I can answer that two different ways. If you're going for action and just stunts and shit like that, you going Mission Impossible because that's more of a newer franchise. So with the technology and things you're able to do in movies, that's gonna give you more action and more capability. But just on story and just being classic and just being able to watch it over just a timeless set of movies, I'm going with James Bond. Overall, I feel like it's the better franchise, regardless of who played James Bond, because you had a million different motherfuckers playing. But the series is just all that. Octopussy, that's the movie right there, man.
That's how good the series is. They had to get more. They had to get a different person to keep the series going.
Hey man, can we just shout out the people who named these movies? Because like already it's just a better franchise because they got names like Octopussy. Like what the fuck? This was just be MI something. That nigga said Octopus.
You know damn well everybody was going to the
exploitation film.
Right, and they call that shit that back in the 60s, 70s. Like this won't even like today. Yeah. People just put this shit out there. This nigga be getting a lot of ass. Octopussy. Like what?
Not Octomom. Not to be confused with Octomom.
Oh shit!
Psychedelic age too, man. So they were on that.
Damn right.
I don't know. I'm not for those two franchises. I'm not too big on either of them, to tell you the truth. My perspective from the outside is, the 007. It has a longer legacy, probably a more full legacy and body of work because of what's put into it. It sets trends for what cars, watches, sunglasses, and everything like that James Bond will be wearing, sort of deal. I could appreciate what Tom Cruise has been doing with Mission Impossible, trying to make a real tight legacy and everything with that, a franchise with that, and really adding the stunts and putting the mad work that it takes to have that production go through and everything as well. And that's cool. But I think for me, James Bond kind of has the bigger name and legacy, and Mission Impossible is kind of like just a little sector of that whole thing, sort of deal in that. And then even below that could be like the Jason Bourne series, sort of deal, chapter of that. Right.
I would say like I look at it like when I look at what's on this planet, right? I always look at like what's the cultural impact. So like, yeah, if I'm a fan of this, I'm gonna know how many people know shit of my thing or my franchise that are not readily fans of this thing. So they're not checking for the magazines about it. They're not reading the backstory. They're not looking at the lore. They're not watching every movie. They might have seen part of one movie one time because they was at their auntie house type shit. Like what do they know of my franchise? And when I look at both franchises, more people know Bond, James Bond. They know the silhouette of that nigga in the they know some moment from one of the plethora of movies that have come from that franchise. When you look at Mission Impossible, the most readily available thing that somebody who hasn't seen the franchise would know would be the music. which means they couldn't tell you about the plot, what went on. All they know is dun 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 dun. But they couldn't tell. They don't know the backstory of what's going on during the moment that music's playing. They just know the music. So, like, when you look at both franchises, if you can tell me more about what happened in the movie, and you've never really seen the movie, obviously they got to be the bigger franchise. That means that it's permeating throughout pop culture and culture in general to a point where, like, the layman knows. You know what I mean? And I think that's why Bond wins. I kind of feel like Last Call, though. I'm not necessarily somebody who watches either one of them readily. Like, if they own TV or something, I might check it out. Or if I'm in the barbershop or something and it's on the screen, I might, watch it while I'm there. But I'm not like, oh, let me catch the new Bond flick that's coming out, or let me make sure I get this new Mission Impossible. Have you heard of it? Like, it ain't like that.
I would say I'm more like the newer Bond or whatever. I'm probably more into the newer Bond movies now than probably the older, because I done seen them already or whatever. And like Quantum of Solace, Casino Royale, what's that other one?
Jason Craig shit.
Yeah, like Jason Craig,
whatever his name is.
Skyfall.
Jason Craig.
I don't know his name. I don't know these niggas' names.
I know who you're talking about. What's his name?
His last name Craig.
Daniel Craig.
But that nigga be around. He just, Jason. Y'all know Jason.
Yeah. He answer to it when they call him.
Let me find out what the dude's name is. Just
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. All right.
Yeah, he be hella action shit. That nigga said
Jason Statham Craig.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Nigga, if you had said Johnson, I would have been lost as
The
fuck.
nigga did a fusion. Daniel Craig and Jason Statham had a fusion dance.
You would have lost. You would have lost Wheel of Fortune, man.
Oh my God! Imagine a Bond movie that looked like Crank and Crank 2.
Like if he had said Jason, we would all have been like, "Oh, that's who you're talking about. I got it." No, you don't sound nothing like Jason. No. What?
Nigga look like a Jason.
Maybe a James,
Look like a Jason. How does Jason look?
Daniel's brother.
Like that nigga.
Oh shit! They had a whole nother Daniel Craig Bond movie I didn't see.
What the fuck, man?
I need to go see this.
I'm on Bond. Hey, I fuck with James Bond movies, man. I love old movies, so black exploitation and the James Bond movie, everything from the 60s, 70s, all those shits I fuck with. I'm up to the new one with HFC.
What's up?
Mm.
Like back when Connery was still. What's up?
Damn right. Goddamn right. Sean Connery getting all that pussy. Sean Connery getting all the pussy.
I ain't talking about getting the pussy. I'm talking about he was smacking women up. You don't remember that?
I remember that. I remember that audio.
What did it?
Oh yeah, he was doing that shit.
Sometimes
he
you
never
didn't
got
act
canceled.
correctly. You
They
just gotta
never
give him a
canceled
good
him for
slap.
that.
He said that shit so calmly.
Whatever he do in his personal life, James Bond, he was doing the fucking thing.
Gotta give him a good healthy slap. He said that
check
shit
it
like
out.
it was
But isn't
medicine.
that the difference between the old school and the new school? Like he was known for he canceled with that today. You know what I'm saying? But was in the personal life back in the day. Is it better now? Should it be that way now that if we never knew about their personal lives, their political beliefs, nothing like that, they would last longer? Because Richard Pryor would be canceled today.
And Epstein Island would still be running.
I think the difference is like back in the day, because of the way information was kind of disseminated, like a lot of the tabloid shit wasn't readily available because they didn't have surveillance techniques, they didn't have long angles, they didn't have like Hollywood was a little more tight knit. So like you you had these rumors kind of floating, but they weren't like substantiated like they are today. Like today, if we could go back in time and today was like it used to be, we would have rumors of people having plastic surgery. We would have rumors of people messing around with each other. We wouldn't have the stone cold facts with video in 4K with the audio evidence from the phone and you know, like I think today the problem is like we know this shit to be true. It ain't just a rumor. Like Bill Cosby got away for all them years, not because people didn't kind of it won't in the air. It was because nobody ever had no evidence that it happened. Then we get to 2023, 2024, 2022, like, oh no, we got the technology. We can look back and get this DNA. We can confirm this. We can analyze this and pull this audio up from this thing that we could never do before. Now we can tell you exactly what you said right there, sir. So like now we got the evidence of this fucked up shit. Like back in the day, Epstein Island would have just been shit people heard about. You knew to stay away from it, but the shit was there.
And the so-called
like,
victims didn't have to move mountains. Right.
Exactly. Now we got evidence of it, and we not only like eyewitness where we could like maybe back in the day, oh they crazy, or she just want a job, or no, now we got your evidence from your mouth, but also we can hear the tape, or we can, you know, see the computer history and see the list, and like we got way more evidence to substantiate this shit. So it's like it's no longer innuendo. It's like, oh, that's what that is. That thing was discussed. So I think it's easier now to like kind of be like, damn, we really are. Like before you could kind of put the blinders up and be like, well, it's just, you know, it might be, but he might not be. He might be good. It was like how we thought about R. Kelly before we got the marriage license and the tape.
I always thought that nigga was nasty.
It was just conjecture. It was, yeah, but that nigga got hits, nigga. And then, oh,
you gotta be nasty to make them damn hits.
Come on, bro. What the fuck is this on the tape? Because even if you see the tape, I saw the tape. It goes like adult women. It's like adult women. It's like a normal porn before. There's like this adult women getting fucked and eating out, and then you just get to a weird scene in the sauna where this little girl, what is this? Get it off my table. But we didn't have that before. At first, it was just we thought, you know, somebody's body was calling. Once we seen who body was calling, it make you feel a little different.
Why this nigga dressed like Zorro?
Yeah, like they had you was the Pied Piper. Yeah,
and I think back then they had the whole Hollywood they had the whole machine behind, like the media was behind making them whole stars and everything like that too, right? Now it's like you maybe have half trying to make them a star and the other half trying to find all the intimate details of everything, you know.
And then if you had a show, you seen it once,
right? That's
it.
You wait, it won't like reruns where I can analyze and break it down and all.
You don't got Netflix. Netflix is stuff that you were dreaming about.
Do that.
I'm gonna just that though, because like when you look at the internet, right? Like it used to be, I had to work with the celebrity to get my name up if I'm a photographer, videographer, a reporter, whatever the case may be. Because without his word, I really had no story, right? It's different when now I can use all of this technology, build my story without ever have talking to the celebrity, and put my stuff on YouTube, and I'm an instant celebrity tomorrow. My name is out there. Papers and news outlets are looking for me to now be their on point reporter because I did this one story as just a civilian.
Literally. Yeah.
And I think that's what changed everything in as far as entertainment and news and all of that. Like at once, it went from I had to work with somebody to get this story or to break this or to make sure everybody heard this. So I had to make sure the newspaper was on my side, and I had to be cool enough with the actor to get the story. Now I can literally just analyze these photos, get some high surveillance technology where I can hear the conversation on the phone, or I get somebody that's in this camp to send me the phone. And now I got all of the data and I just break that shit down. And now I got my story and I upload it to the internet my damn self without nobody. I don't need the New York Post or the Washington, whatever. Like I just need to do it myself. And now I'm instantly the shit and I can continue this career. It wasn't like that before. Like you had to kind of be cool with these niggas. You couldn't just be like, oh, fuck Epstein. because you wanted access to be able to get your story. And even then, you had to hope to sign off on whatever way you spun the story so that you could still come back and keep talking to these people. Now, I don't need you, nigga. I got a homeboy that's willing to go infiltrate. He gonna give me your metadata, and then I'm gonna break this metadata down, and I'm gonna pull the audio files my damn self. So without talking to you, I got my whole shit. I'm gonna upload that shit to YouTube under my whatever name I want to go by. Now my YouTube channel got millions of views, and now this is my new career. I'm breaking niggas' careers down, and I'm Hollywood Unlocked now. I'm Jason Lee. Because I was able to get whatever, and I get the data, and I don't need you no more. So I don't have to be cool with you. Fuck you. You can hate me, but if you don't, and you can't say my shit is false, you can't sue me. And I'm now got what I wanted, which is a career in journalism, and I didn't have to do nothing with you.
And if you keep talking shit, I'll just go in my computer, look up in your data that sometime that you said something that was fucked up, like I endorse slaps for women that go out of line and whatnot, and bring that shit back up and let Twitter just go to town with it.
Boy, if we had Twitter, Instagram, and the internet loose up today, we would never get JFK, Marilyn Monroe. We would never get we would never get a lot of the most historical moments. We wouldn't get the Cuban Missile Crisis. We wouldn't get none of that shit because all that shit would have been out way before it happened. That damn Arab Spring. This ain't even like within the past 3 years. That Arab Spring when they would start to revolt all over the Middle East, Egypt, and all that shit. The information for that was out a few weeks before it actually happened.
True.
When you look at 9/11, the notifications was out almost 6 months to a little bit over to 6 to 8 months before the actual attack happened. Like this shit is information is so readily available now. You don't need the middleman no more. You don't need to be cool with the source of the information. You just have to have the information and put it out in an entertaining enough way that somebody will click on it that one time. And now it's shared everywhere. Now it's viral. And now you got whatever you was looking for, whether it's money, fame, a career, whatever you wanted out of that, you can get it without having to have any relationship with the sources no more. So now, like, I don't need you. Sean Connery would have never gotten put because that slap would have went viral and his ass would have been canceled that day.
And endorsing slaps like cereal.
He said he did it, but we never had to see it. We didn't really have to know it happened. So we could always have that plausible deniability there. But then when you see that shit in 4K and then somebody slow it down and then they put a soundtrack behind it, and then this nigga doing commentary over top of it and they got explosions and fire. Like, God damn, yeah, you did that shit. I gotta live with that. I can dismiss it in my brain and be like, no, I can separate. Oh, now every time I hear this from you or see this show, I see all of this other shit.
Pause right here. This is right here, right before the hand hits the face, and you see the wind actually affecting the face before he actually receives the slap.
One of those slow motion, you see the whole.
Yeah, you see the face distorted before the slap happened. Like, yeah,
and exactly. Then you have people commenting on that, and then commenting on that, and then more people commented on that.
And people in the slap contest going in, he has such horrible form.
Now you got
slap experts.
Now you got 1,000 people all being civilian sleuths because they see the virality of what you're getting. They see your video getting millions of views, so they like, if I can break the next piece of evidence, I'm gonna get 1 million views. Mm-hmm. You got the whole internet down your one incident to the smallest molecule. So
everyone has a back computer.
Oh, it's no rebuttal you can make. But
yeah, man.
That's the only thing you can say these days. Because once they got you, they got you. Kevin Hart couldn't come out and be like, man, well, you know, it was really just a family friend that I was with in Vegas, and you know, we would just kick. Nigga, we see you. We watching you. We heard her go, ooh, ooh. We seen her get up and walk and put her face down. It's been broken down digitally. We could tell that it wasn't doctored, like all of that shit. It's a wrap. If you a fuck nigga now, you just gonna get caught being a fuck nigga, and that shit gonna come out, and now you gotta deal with it. It's no getting around it no more. So Sean Connery would have never. Sean Connery would probably been the most upstanding male citizen, man. That nigga probably would have never did anything. He probably would have been coached on top of puddles and shit. All kinds of shit trying to but you know, back then, nigga, y'all talk about, next subject. And nobody, well, I guess we don't really
Drink
know.
martinis and slap hoes. I'm sorry. Sean Connery, everybody.
Right.
Bond. James Bond.
Connery, everybody.
Shaking, not stirred.
Did he shake them too? Did he?
Heard the whip his face up.
You going to eat this motherfucking food? Not stirred.
I just think if you try to timeline Richard Pryor's career in today's terms, he set himself on fire. He doped out, the drug addict sort of deal. They would have canceled him. He wouldn't have been the icon today as he turned out to be because of the past.
Or he would be a viral sensation. Because you get some famous
Amy
person
Winehouse
on fire in a video. You can't tell me that's not going to go viral.
True, Pat.
Jackass.
Nobody remains on top being viral all the time. That means they fall just as fast. Right?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Touche, my friend. Touche.
Most people that are famous on top, they have what I like to call like minor spike. So they move the needle for a good month or two, and then they ride that on down gradually. And then maybe a year later they come back up with something else, and they just kind of stay on the tip of your brain for long enough for the next thing to hit. When you are viral, it's like a meteoric ride, but then the next viral thing happens, and we don't care about your shit as much anymore. So that shit drops. It's not like a thing where you are like most people that are famous for a long time. Like they actually are good at something. Whatever that thing is, they're good at it. So they're able to keep reproducing the success, even if it never reaches the very same height that the very first time they did it does. It's a high enough level of hype to get them back in your subconscious, get you back thinking about them. And by the time you're about to forget about them, they do something else great and they back. It's Kanye. Kanye, like, he ain't really done a lot outside of that one thing about the people from Israel. I don't want to say their name because I don't know how that's gonna fit the algorithm, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like he outside of that, he's not really done anything that was like super crazy. He does stuff that's just crazy enough to get you talking about it for a few days. And then by the time you know what I'm saying, you think you about to wear off and you kind of forgot about that crazy thing Kanye did back in June. Then all of a sudden a song comes. Now you're back on it for a while. And the music gonna last with you because you're gonna ride that for another good 6 to 8 months. And then by the time you about to forget about the music again, boom, he does something crazy. Then you be like, damn, you remember when he made College Dropout? And then you go back and listen to a whole song. And then you're right back with him for another 6 to 8 months. So he kind of, everything stays in loop. Them viral people, the dude that was like, what he said, hide your kids, hide your wife. Everybody was talking about him. But when that 8 months ended, that was
Antoine something. I don't know.
Like,
or even look at
produce that.
I was
look
going
at
to say
the Shannon Sharp interview with Cat Williams. That was the hype. He's never going to get that level of fame or traffic again from that, and he's still riding that, but it's fizzling out.
But you would say Richard Pryor though, like Richard Pryor.
Go ahead.
I feel like when you have people with certain talent or whatever, it wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he would just end up being like a Dave Chappelle. Like you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's exactly what I was about to say about Shannon Sharp. His Cat Williams interview is like the live on the Sunset Strip for Richard Pryor.
Mm-hmm.
It's the highest you're ever gonna see him. It's the most fame he's gonna have. It's the most attention and like opportunities he's gonna get. But because he's so talented, before that interview, he was having 5 million view interviews, 10 million view interviews, which is still amazing. It's great enough to keep him in the zeitgeist, keep him going where you like, oh, like Richard Pryor had all these other specials in other movies, but you remember him from Toys, you remember him from JoJo Dancer, you remember him from Live at the Sunshine. Them three are his like major spikes. Then you got all of these other things that's like still spiked, but they're not quite as high. They're not viral, but they're like, damn, you saw what Richard did? That was good. And when you keep doing them every couple of years, you look up, it's been 40 years and your name has been constantly somewhere in the mix, which makes you a legend. Like most legends only have one real opus, that one thing that's just like, wow, it was take over. Like even Michael Jackson, we look at him off the wall, and everything he did with the Jackson was already, he had already had Spike throughout his career as he was growing up. But then he reached them late teens, started hitting 18, and they get you Off the Wall. Another little mini Spike. Then he comes with Thriller. Through the Roof. That's his viral hide your kids, hide your wife moment. But then he hit you with Bad. Not quite the hide your kids, hide your wife, but I can keep on making these great moments for the rest of my career because I'm talented. I already have a base thing that I'm great at. Even as much as I hate her, the reason she's been here for 20 years is because she understands beauty, fashion, and that world. Which means no matter what, every couple of years, she's going to put out a group of photos, or she's going to do something, or she's going to mix with the right person. She's good at that network. Like, that's her talent. She's good at networking and understanding, like, what's the next thing I need to latch onto. Like, she started her career latching on to Paris Hilton. Before we knew who she was just the girl that be with Paris Hilton. She was like, ooh, this fade. Well, I keep fucking with these famous niggas, but don't nobody really realize I'm fucking with them. Let me make a sex tape. Boom. All right, well, while the sex tape's still famous, let me do this little reality show. All right, now while I'm on this reality show, let me make sure every couple of years on this reality show, every 2 seasons, I get somebody that's famous somewhere else and bring them on my show, so now you talk about my show again. Or let me make sure I say something crazy every couple of years about the famous nigga that y'all all know, so that way I can get my name back in your mouth again.
They do.
All right, when you stop caring about my show, let me take a weird photo shoot that show myself crazy and do something that I know ain't right. Let me color my skin a certain way. Let me do something like she's mastered the art of riding the algorithm. That's her talent. She knows exactly when to do something that's just crazy enough. Never gonna be crazy as that sex tape. She never gonna reach that level of everybody knows who you are. But enough people gonna always know her to keep her in the mouths of the pop culture, and that keeps her as a legend. That's the difference between being one of these viral superstars or being like somebody actually just really good at whatever you do. Like Coco Jones was viral, but she was a talented singer, which made her now have a career where she could be nominated for Grammys and be at these award shows and be coming out with albums that people like and stuff. Like it's after that shit ride down, I still have some shit that's gonna keep me hit. Jay-Z, he had a Hard Knock Life. That was his moment. It was the Rockefeller and the Hard Knock Life tour. It was the DVDs. It was all of that. But after that and before that, he had already been coming with, yeah, I'm talented. I'm a good rapper, so I'm gonna keep coming with shit that spike enough to keep me there. You know what I mean? If you ain't got no talent, this shit can ride off. I don't care who you is.
Yeah.
You know how big your fame is off that viral moment. At some point now, you just a meme. We don't even really remember where the meme came from. We just know the meme.
You never know where the meme come from.
But to duplicate that, your talent was there. Like you didn't mean to do this. This wasn't something you was good at, and it went crazy. It was you was doing some shit that was normal, and that shit just happened to be cool for the moment. But now what? Because you can't say that's catchphrase no more because we heard it already. All right, got you. What's the next thing? What's cool about you after that? You know? We all know that new kid that was cool first 2 weeks of school until everybody realized, oh, he's just a new kid. It's nothing special. He's not like the best athlete. He's not a great musician. He doesn't have a way with the ladies. He ain't
Just new.
He ain't a great artist. He don't got no cool backstory. It's just kind of you was just a new kid. All right, well, we on the next nigga now. We moved on now. But the new kid that came in and this motherfucker had a cannon for an arm and now he the starting quarterback. Oh, this nigga, he gonna be talking to town for the rest of his 4 years of high school. But this nigga gonna lead us to a state championship, goddamn it.
Oh shit, mega face just popped.
Or the nigga with the backstory. Hey man, the nigga with the cool backstory is probably so he gonna always have that charisma about him where he can, hey man, y'all, I'm cool with everybody. He cool with the jock, you see him with the girls, you see him over there with the athletes. Them over there with the arts and fartsy people, the nerds like him, everybody cool with him. He just Johnny. You know?
Hey,
But Ralph, that was just regular as fuck. We don't care about Ralph. Don't nobody know Ralph by the time his senior yearbook come around. We ain't even heard from Ralph for the past 4 years, but Ralph been in every class with you. You know, it's Ralph. Whatever.
I can't even cheat off his test because he always get B's and C's.
Uh-huh.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, but Bond over Mission Impossible because Tom Cruise is in Scientology, and I think they doing like. I think the people in Scientology is like enslaved to Tom Cruise on the low, some shit from what I've been seeing.
Enslaving them.
Hmm.
I don't put it past him to be the mastermind. I think he's enslaving them. The nigga's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him when he jumped on Oprah's couch that day? The mind of a man that's being controlled, or like a mind of a man that's just he the crazy nigga. He the one. He got somebody tied up in the basement right now.
You know, for 1, 2, and 3.
He is not. He is the captain.
Him and Alec Baldwin. Let me show you. I'm going too far.
Well, we kind of touched on it.
Hold up.
Oh, okay.
What the hell did you just say, Pat? Send you a what?
But
You said send you a what?
I ain't said nothing.
You said send you a what? You said some shit. You said send you a something. Then you just said I talk too much. Yeah. Somebody rewind that shit and let us know what the hell he said.
No,
Hit
I said
that damn whistle
Alec
for
Baldwin.
his ass. Send you an Alec Baldwin.
No, I said like Alec Baldwin. Like Alec Baldwin. Remember Alec Baldwin accidentally shot that person and they died? Like that's why I say because he said Tom Cruise was crazy. I just added that in.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that made you fall. Try to hear from Faith's point of view. What is it? Oh, Alec Baldwin.
I'm trying to see where I said that sound like sin.
I used to be ready. Hey man, I would be right there for the roast.
I knew I heard some of that motherfucker.
But like I was saying, man, we talked about a couple hip hop artists the last time, but with hip hop sales declining, do y'all think that we'll see hip hop artists spreading out to new forms of music or doing more crossover duet? Or what do you think that's gonna be?
I can see some people. I can see those who are talented and have a good fan base dipping their toe over in the other genres of music. We already see it with Miss Knowles Carter, her country album that's playing on a hip hop station, which annoys the hell out of me. But that's another total topic. No other country music is played on a hip hop station but hers. But that's a totally different topic. Total topic. But yeah, I see people doing it because it's money out there, and with sales declining, anybody who's forward thinking and has the ability to spread their wings and step out of their so-called box and broaden their horizons. Yeah, I can see some people stepping into it, like Little Baby. I can see Little Baby doing some rock and roll shit, doing a feature on rock and roll music, just because of how he raps and his cadence. There's a couple other people I can see doing different shit. Uh, shit. Lil Wayne do a country album. Fuck it. Why not? Somebody else do a punk rock album that's in hip hop. Why not?
Probably already have.
Get a different type of. Get a different. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, pull a Andre 3000. Do a whole album doing nothing but playing the guitar. You never know.
I think All right. So with the sales declining for hip hop, I don't know that people would do more features. I feel like hip hop is such a like even if the sales are declining, I feel like as far as the cultural impact and like where people look to for their inspiration for their music, no matter what the genre, I feel like hip hop artists will always keep doing on other forms of music because other forms of music will keep seeking out hip hop artists. I think what's changing is the way stuff is classified. So you got some music that is actually hip hop in its nature, but it's classified as rock, or it's classified as a country album, or it's classified as a pop album. When really it is hip hop, more sing songy, or you might, you know what I'm saying, this certain artist did it, so they classified it as their genre that is native to them. But like when I look at a lot of the new country artists, a lot of them are pretty much like hip hop or R&B type singers. There's just the content of what they're singing about has typically been sung about in country music, so they call it a country album. But really, it's kind of a hip hop album, or it's kind of an R&B album. So I think it's the way they classify stuff now. I think is we're seeing hip hop sales decline for one because there's more ways to get free music without going to jail. This is probably the most violent since the Napster, Lime, Morpheus thing. Like you can get whatever you want right now, and it's not really illegal. So I'm gonna keep getting this free shit. You feel me? So I think that's what you're seeing, but I also think what you're seeing is like there's songs that I sometimes hear and they'll be like, yeah, you know, the newest pop song or the newest rock and roll song. But then I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this nigga rapping. So it's really just because this is a rock artist, they classify it as rock, or because this is a country artist, they classify it as country. I feel like if you put in all of the music that hip hop by nature in its composition, or that is R&B by nature in the composition, I feel like both probably see a spike in sales because it is of a different ilk. It's classified as something different, but it is what we is. It's like how you can reclassify black people. You can if you reclassify a bunch of black people right now because of their country, their family's country of origin, you're probably you're gonna see a spike in Hispanic, you're gonna see a spike in maybe Indian, you're gonna see a spike in Native American, you see a decline in black people, but it's still black people. It's just we just changed the way they categorize. If we and take a lot of the people that are classified as Hispanic right now, but you take their country of origin and you classify by that, you might classify them as white now. So you'll see white take a spike and the other one take a dip, but really it's the same person. That's what we see with hip hop a lot of times. Like you will have Flow Rider put in a pop category, but he's rapping. It's just a songy or a more happy type of rap than whatever the norm may be for that moment, but it's still rap. But it's classified in this other category, so he ain't. So hip hop doesn't get credit for those sales and those accolades. Another genre does, even though it is.
I think generally it's just going to be less artists. Like with it, as far as the sales go, like these artists, these random artists that just come out and just like for a moment they got their pop for a second and this, that, and the third. I think you're going to see less and less of that or whatever, unless they already have some type of industry backing already or whatever. But I feel like with streaming and the way they're doing it, and I know that they got this bill out right now that's like
They sell with all these cigarettes. Go ahead.
I was I think they got this bill that they're trying to put out right now that the streaming platforms have to give the artist a certain amount if they hit reach a certain amount of streams and stuff like that. So I know there's things in place, but until that is solidified and more things happen, I just feel like more and more it's gonna be easier to make music. That's the one thing technology has made. It's way easier to make music. But as far as actually putting the music out and actually reaching a fan base and this, that, and third, it's gonna be a little bit harder. You're gonna have to do extra stuff. That's why people be doing this random viral stuff and stuff like that, just so they can build and garner attention to whatever else they got going on, pretty much. But I think after a while, it's just once once the if I would say if the major artists are feeling it, if these major artists are not getting the money like they're talking about, you're hearing more and more people, you know what I'm saying, just saying that they're not getting the. Well, every year you hear an artist saying they're getting screwed over some type of way, pretty much. If the major artist is getting hit or whatever, right now it's probably like maybe 10 to 5 artists that is probably well off, and you can probably guess who they are, and we will never have to worry about them declining in sales, pretty much. But everybody under that, they're gonna end up venturing off into new ventures like TV shows and stuff like that. Netflix, fucking Vince Staples got a show on Netflix, and it's actually pretty fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? And it's like it's you're gonna see more and more that these are either the smarter artists are gonna get over some type of way. They're still gonna. It's just like Tiz said earlier. You know what I'm saying? It's like the creatives that's a little bit smarter or upper head or seeing what technology uh, up,
Oh, what?
ahead of the rest. Like
Yeah,
What?
y'all just can't wait. Y'all just can't wait, man. Just look.
What you say,
Look,
boy?
man. I'm gonna fuck up sooner or later, man. Just let me fuck up. Like, just let me fuck up naturally. You know, the best moments is when I fuck up naturally, dog. It's gonna happen before the end of the show. I'm not gonna promise you that because that would be a pause right there. So, but I will. But I was like, all the artists that's like up on what technology and what these streaming platforms are about to do, and just the business in general, they will maintain. They will still show like have a presence, some type of way, pretty much. It might not be as big of a presence. They still might have to wait until like a Drake, if a Drake gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it might help to drop at the same time as Drake. I've seen that happen too, or whatever. But they're just gonna have to be a little bit more creative with how they promote themselves and their music and their brand in general. And the rest of these, I'm trying to pop for right now, motherfuckers is just gonna die out, just like everything else.
I agree. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to end on a real quick topic. We don't really have to dig too deep into it, Paul. Uh, but alleged Georgia sect cult leader Elijah Yo Bishop, aka Nature Boy, has, is going to be serving life for rape. Grape. I said grape, you two. Grape.
Great.
Yeah. But
He serving life for grapes. Oh yeah, he need to go to life for that. He needs life for that shit.
yeah.
He is that double life.
I don't know what took so long. When I seen the dude assault the lady on camera, I was like, okay, yeah, it's about time we bring him on that. I don't know what's wrong with these young Negroes that be turning into these grifters and like let me try to make my name as some weird, some new religion or nothing. Like, man, we've done this before. History has shown it don't work out for them. They get hanged, they get crucified, they get persecuted, they get some bad always go down when you get these people. Even David Koresh got his whole damn compound taught. Like
you drink the wrong Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you drink the Kool-Aid. Like it's not. It don't work out long term. I don't know what they be thinking, but you ain't gonna be the one, my nigga.
Right.
It ain't gonna be you that just break that cycle and be like, my philosophy. No, nigga, it's 2024. It ain't that much shit new under the sun no more. So like we done been there.
No ideas original.
Gonna give you that good.
Well,
it never is. Gonna give you a couple of years to go ahead and spew your weird shit. You're gonna get a few girls that like was already
build this fat case.
They parents them disown them, or they out here, they already got something going on mentally that's Y'all done fucked up. You're gonna take advantage of it. We're gonna see you do some weird shit, and then next thing you know, your ass is going down. It ain't we don't this shit happens every couple of years where a new nigga pop up and I am the way and I know this and follow me, y'all, and then that nigga end up being a weirdo.
Follow
And
me.
you gotta think
Follow me.
a weirdo ain't even thinking about trying to start things. They like, how can I get my life together? How can I save up? How can I get myself healthier? How can I get my family together? I ain't got time to be out here trying to like, be no cult leader and or have no come on to my way, y'all. Do my religion. Put these weird pictures on the post and throw up these weird fake gang signs and you with me now and we the group of the Lotus. Like nigga, fuck out of here, man. Like we done seen this before. This happens every couple of years and them niggas always die.
Yo, I mean, all that stuff, the Wacos, and those are the ones we know about. There was a time like in the 60s and 70s when it was just real popular. And, the questions asked, like, are these guys so charismatic or are the followers so that they would fall into anybody that's spitting something good? I mean, we could sit here and we could all be like, nah, I wouldn't be following no man like that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, man. But there's got to be something that are they that slick?
I just want to ask them like one thing. Like, I just want to ask them, why would this person you never met before give a damn about you?
Ooh.
All right, but this is we're about, like last call said it in his second question. Are these people that dumb or they that like lost? Yeah. If you look at the people that usually follow cults or follow these grifters or follow like even if you look at the people with Umar, like they're people who are one of three things or all three things combined. They're either franchise, meaning they've lost their connection to a larger group other than themselves, whether it be their own family, whether it be the religious group they were leaving, whether it be the profession that they were in. So they're looking for something to give them that sense of unity. Second, they are unintelligent, meaning there's either a mental issue going on that prevents them from gaining knowledge, or they are just unlearned people. They're people who didn't finish school. They didn't get a higher understanding of education. They didn't get access to certain information that allows us as the average person walking the street to have certain understandings of the way life works and different systems and stuff. They don't have that knowledge, so they're unlearned. Or they are people with extremely low self-esteem, whether that be due to mental issues, whether that be due to trauma, or whether that be due to whatever has happened to you in your life, your self-esteem has been age. You see yourself as less than, which means I'm looking for something higher than me to guide me because I don't have confidence in myself to guide myself. So you're either one of the three or all three. So when we talk about are the people themselves that are the cult leaders or these leaders of these different movements that be like to the average, it's the age old thing of dumb shit sounds smart to people who ain't smart because they don't know no better. Whether it be through being disenfranchised, low self-esteem, or unlearned, they don't know any better. So they're willing to follow this thing, no matter what it is. And it just happens to be whatever is the catchiest to that person. Because if that same person may not follow this movement, but they'll follow a flat earth movement, or they'll follow the Hotep movement, or they'll follow the House of the Rising Comet movement, or they'll be a Jehovah's Witness. There'll be something as a part of some other group just because they're looking for something to latch on to.
The need to belong, a fulfillment.
Yeah. The average person walking, even if you're maybe depressed that month or you having a down week, the average person knows their general worth. So they're less susceptible, and they are used. The average person has a normal intelligence or an intelligence that matches the level or their age level. So if I'm 30-something, I have about 30 years of experience, and I probably completed the basic educational prerequisites up to high school. That's the average person. These people who are not graduating from high school, these people who are not who have been kicked out of or expelled from some larger group, these people who are really that mentally ill or that low on their self-esteem. These are not the average. These are the outliers of society. These are the people who are on the outskirts looking in, and they're looking for a place in society to fit in. So they see that in these different organizations. Like when you talk to my person, the reason they fight for that shit so hard. When you talk to a person that follows a Polite or a Young Pharaoh or this dude Nature Boy or any of these like guru type entities, when you go back in their personal history, it's always a history of extreme trauma in their family or their immediate environment. They've been expelled from something, or they're just unknowledge, meaning they just lack the basic comprehending skills to know better. So when it's like if you tell a baby you can't have your past, that baby don't know nothing but the past. The baby gonna throw it past. Which is why these people then go crazy and they attack with ad hominem attack, and they attack the outside world, and they cuss out their families, and they cut themselves off from people who done loved them all their life, because you can't tell me this ain't right, because this is all I know now.
Cognitive dissonance.
Exactly. And my computer about y'all gonna see me on a different.
I hear you. I hear you. Maybe I want to think that there's a little bit more to that too.
Right?
Because it can't be that easy for some people. Like it just.
You can look at it at a bigger scale too, because you can look at it as a person that will blindly follow a political party, or you can look at somebody like these incels that's in red pill, or you can just like if everybody. You could even look at it as a person like a beat, like I don't want to disrupt the beehive, but a famous person and their fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do things like that. Like it's in us to feel like we want to belong to something, and then if to a certain degree these people, like David Koresh's, the Elio Bishops, whoever, you know what I'm saying. They know how to word things and say things in such a captive way and say the catchphrases and the echo chamber terms to have people follow them or whatever. Because it's just all about tapping into the whatever echo chamber that you want to follow. It's just like what Trump did. It pretty much. He said this shit back in the 80s. If he was going to be a president, he's going to be a Republican, because he knows exactly what the hell to say to them. They got to have them follow him. Pretty much. Like you get any type of, I mean, good or bad, if you look at any type of charismatic leader, they're doing the same thing. It's just the way and the purpose of why they do it, pretty much. But
100. I totally agree. And that's actually funny as hell. I'm not gonna repeat it because it probably, a fuck up YouTube algorithm. But if you in the chat, that's actually a pretty good joke. Good job.
Oh, I was going to suspend them because I didn't think you want that.
Oh, that's why you were looking like, what the
Hey
heck
man,
is this?
hey look, man, the
That's my
shit is
last
hilarious
time.
to me. I can appreciate a good joke, and I'm not that far, Yeah. Okay, that's corny. All right. You going too far with the same shit. All right.
Yeah.
You was off to a roll, man. I was about to say you the next Lenny Bruce, and then you just came with that bullshit. All right. Yeah. But before these bots get out of hand and start just doing weird shit, and then I get frustrated and end up going back and forth with a robot. I think the moral of today's story is be yourself. Find natural ways to enhance yourself. If you feel like you aren't looking good enough, go to the gym. That's the quickest thing you do. Go to the gym, fix your diet. You will be amazed at how many years it can take off and how much better you will then look after you've done so. Drink some water, Nick. Read a book. Learn something new today. That always helps. Makes your conversation better. But there are ways to find yourself without having to follow a fake standard or something, whether that be beauty, whether that be finding a place, whatever. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, womp. Nah, for your mama. But She loves them. She loves them. Believe that.
For people that's on the audio, these people,
wanna
these
be mad at
robots
that.
on these chats, yo, are oh my god.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, you picked the wrong one. Come,
Yo,
I'm the wrong one.
Tiz, I hear what you're saying, man. But we're in a society today where people want that instant gratification. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I remember way back in the days in college, I was working out, and I took pride in doing it naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there was the pride and integrity that went with that, and I could own the feeling that came out of that. I think today, especially with everything being recorded and being put out instantly and stuff, people don't want to invest that time in seeing what maybe might be interpreted as true beauty, or to have that sort of integrity to produce anything of change over time, of actually what working on themselves means. So what do you say to those people that, same message, but how do you really cut through to give advice to those people to step up and continue with their true virtue?
Attention is the strongest drug out.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. My grandfather used to tell me, man, he was like, you can get the quick fix and then have to fix it again. Or you can take your time and just fix it the right way and never have to work on it again. So I think it's really nothing we can do about people who want instant gratification. But if I have a message to anybody that wants that, is the shit don't last. You be a drug dealer, you might be a millionaire today, but then the next day the feds is taking all that shit and you in prison. So you don't even get to enjoy the money. So the shit come quick. Pause. But then it's gone. You feel me? I think that as a if I could give any word to somebody younger than me, is go for the delayed gratification. It's gonna be the one that stick with you longest. Like if you work your ass off for a good 10 years to get your first million, that million you're probably gonna hold on to it longer. You're probably gonna flip it more. You're probably gonna be more conscious of the way you use that money than you are if you get it off the lottery tomorrow, because you didn't work for it. It's nothing you really did. It's just it happened. So you're less attached to it. There's less like even with people who work out, right? Like when you work out a lot, most people who work out, even if they fall off for a few months and they start to get that flabby body, they're more likely to get back in and start working on it again. They're more conscious of, all right, let me fix this. And they care about it more, as opposed to somebody who might get a BBL or lipo or whatever them surgeries are. Then they right back in the doctor needing that same thing again within 6 months because they ain't take care of it. They don't care about it. It's not, they don't have that emotional attachment to that thing because they didn't actually see the failures along the way. They didn't have to actually grind out for it. You know what I mean? So it's really just a matter of whether you want something for a long term or whether you want something for a short term. And I think if you're a smart person or a person that has some type of a level of just understanding about life, you're gonna look for the long term thing. Like what's gonna keep me here forever, as opposed to tomorrow I'm right back starting again, having to figure it out again. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hear that.
That's hilarious. Now, okay. I don't know whether you gay or what, but God bless you. I hope you enjoy it, because you are enjoying yourself by yourself in the chat. Like there's nobody else there with you.
Well,
so that's just ridiculous.
Why would you do that though? Like what?
Hey man, what we say, man? Instant gratification. Rather than them go to their own, make their own channel, work on it, they'd rather come on here and get all the 4 people that's watching and have them watch their shit because they need some attention. They don't like themselves. That's my thought.
Yeah.
But God bless you. I hope everything works out for you. You know what I mean? Hey man, fuck them, man. Robots just give us more views. I don't think they understand. It all helps us. Thank you. We appreciate it. We be struggling, so thank you. If you want to call your bot homeboys and tell them pull up too, tell them all come on. Tell the bot kids, the bot grandmas, the bot mamas, the bot whatever, the bot aunties. Tell them all to come through. Flood this shit. Give us 10,000 bots, because it's still going. YouTube will just see it as 10,000 views, and you will help us tremendously.
Our robot.
We appreciate you.
Remember when you guys we got to have those clip shows. I sent you guys a clip like last week or something of the kid under anesthesia.
I got you. Hey, fellas, y'all down to do a You Didn't Ask Us But as the podcast next week?
Sure.
Damn right.
Let's do it.
Damn right.
Say less. We got you, my boy. We got you.
Damn
in there, man. That had me laughing.
popular
Hey, robot
band.
down there. Hey, gay robot. How are you, sir? You know, we support our people that's over on the alphabet side of the game.
God.
You know, respect to you.
Go by.
You know what I
The
mean?
AI has developed an intelligence to the point that they recognize gender.
Oh no, that's not AI. That's just trolls. They're just people who bored and ain't got nothing better to do, so it's funny to them. But I wish they would get more of them in here, so then we can get credit for them. Like, come on, like flood this shit. Let's go. Let's turn the last 5 minutes into a viral moment. Give me 10,000 of y'all trolls and bots. That would be great. Call up your friends, your people in India. Tell them to get on the line. Come on, pull up.
Say we want a car warranty.
Hey, look, I just said that we got 2 more viewers. That quick. Come on, call them up. Call them. Shit, nigga, hey, bro, we take all attention. Hey, we ain't that bougie yet. We ain't made it yet. We ain't Shay. We take all you. Come on through. Come on through. Give me them views, my nigga. I appreciate ya. But yeah, man. I don't got nothing else for this week, man. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about?
I don't think so.
No, I'm Gucci.
For Sheezy, man. Well, happy Friday to everybody, man. I hope y'all have a great weekend going forward. Special shout out to Last Call for joining us as the 4th partner this week. And
thanks for having me.
Damn right.
For instead, special shout out to Pat for showing up at all.
I'm sorry.
This could have been a
Damn
phone call that happened at the end afterwards tomorrow morning. Man, my bad, y'all. So at least he did show up at some point, you know. Even if a nigga show up late to work, at least the nigga came to work. So we're gonna roll with it. You feel me? But yeah, man. Fuck with y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. If y'all want to support out there in the world, you know what I mean? There's a few ways you can do it. You can always look at the bottom of the screen if you want to support financially. You can go to $ Partner Tiers 1 on your Cash App. $ Partner Tiers 1, and you can donate as little as $1. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/the partners and donate for as little as $1. You can also sign up for a $4.99 membership on Spotify so that you never miss any podcast when we drop there. And yeah, man. If you want to, support that way, we appreciate you. There's a few other ways you can support, though. Say you want to support and you want to give us money, but you want something back in return. Face, how can they support that way?
Take your ass to the damn stove. Want to know the name of the stove? RTradeClothing.com. Repeat it. RTradeClothing.com. You didn't hear me? RTradeClothing.com. You can't spell it? ARTRE Clothing.com. I'll never spell clothing for you, but I will give you percentage off if you go to the store. That's about it.
Indeed. Support. If you want your partners merch, that's the only place you can get it. You can't get it from nowhere else. If you want the AC83 collection, which is strictly a clothing line from Face, you can only get it there as well. So RTradeClothing.com. Please make sure you check it out. Check out the merch and, cop a little something for yourself. Also, if you don't got no money or you just don't want to spend your money, there's a few other ways you can support. You can always like or subscribe here on YouTube. Or, Pat, how else can they get in touch with us or support?
By typing it at THEPODNAS. That's @THEPODNAS. And that is our Twitter. That is our TikTok. That is our Instagram. And our Twitch. And Facebook, where TizFacePat are the partners. So,
Indeed. Make sure you support in all those ways. Like, comment, and subscribe on everything. We do actually talk back. We do actually respond to comments. Even if they kind of stupid, we probably will say something back to you. But yeah, keep supporting. We really appreciate all the support. We're growing weekly. Yeah, man, we at 1,074 subs right now, which is way bigger than what we ever thought we'd get to in the first 10 years. Our goal was 1,000 subs in 10 years. So we are already well ahead of our goal. So just keep fucking with us. If you like anything you heard tonight or if anything resonated with you, make sure you share on all social media platforms with your friends and family. And as always, man, I've been 1/3 of the partners. and I've been along with.
I'm the other third of the partners. He wasn't along here. I wasn't here, so he wasn't really
What,
along with
nigga?
me at this time. I came in, so I apologize for that. But I'm the other third. I'm the Pat Awan that wasn't here, and we all have been along with.
Yeah, this face in the place. I don't know what Mumble Mouth Pat was talking about, but yeah, thank y'all for coming. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all chose us, man. Continue to join the conversation with us each and every week. Check out the content, check out the clothes, check out the websites, check out the social media. Just check it out, man. Thank you.
And for sure. And as always, man, a special thank you and a shout out to the fourth partner. We're now a square instead of a triangle. Go ahead and let them know who you are.
It's me. It's just last call. Glad to be here. This is one of the only places I mess with. These dudes wouldn't be here if I didn't like the podcast. I didn't like the people and the environment. And thanks for having me. And I'll continue to be with you guys, supporting you guys all the way through, man.
We appreciate you, Lance Call. I appreciate you.
You are right. We probably not be
Damn right.
for probably 80% of our views, likes, and comments. So thank you for continuing to support. And we definitely if anybody. Oh, shout out to Rodney, brother of a certain age, for pulling up as well. Another member of the pod squad, another member of the partners that's always been supporting, man. We just appreciate everybody. Keep having these conversations with us. If you're catching this on replay, join us in the comments. Let us know what you thought about any of the topics we discussed tonight, and we will have that conversation with you as well. Yeah, man. It's been the partners. And we about this bitch, man. Y'all have a great week. Peace, niggas.
Peace.